Edgar Berlanga, after he won against Steve Rose, which most most of us think that Steve Rose won that fight, you can clearly see it on Edgar Berlanga's face that he wasn't impressed with his own performance. After the fight, he started making these excuses, talking about Steve Rose was scared. He was running around all night, and I hate hearing stuff like that from fighters, man, because that lets me. There's a lot of things wrong with statements like that. First is that's telling me that he might end up being a cherry picker. Like he's gonna only want to fight flat-footed fighters, stationary fighters that don't move around. That's what that's telling me, and it's also telling me that his team, and he said it himself. He needs to go back. They need to train for fighters that run around a lot. You should have been training for those kind of fighters. If you had a good team behind you, they should have been teaching them, okay, for different styles. You know what I mean? We're going to train you to fight power punches that's stationary. We're going to train you to fight outboxers with power, or we're going to train you to fight people that use their feet and move around a whole lot, just like Steve Rose. He should have been at that level long, even when you started. They should have trained him for different styles of fighters. So when he said that, he pretty much exposed the fact that he doesn't know how to fight movers. He only know how to fight stationary targets and people that don't have footwork. And if that's how you're going to build your career, you ain't going to get far, because eventually when you get to the top dudes, you're going to find some dudes at the top that move around a lot. So what is he going to do against Caleb Plant? Is he going to just rely on his power to get to Caleb Plant? Caleb Plant moves around. He's a very good mover. So, when I think about it now, this kid would have a better chance beating a Benavidez or even a Canelo. He will not. He would get frustrated like a motherfucker fighting Caleb Plant. Now, I understand Caleb Plant got knocked out by Canelo. And you say, well, Canelo, he used to struggle against movers, and he was able to get to Caleb Plant. But Canelo is not Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga is not Canelo. He's not on that level. Canelo had time to figure out how to get around, how to learn how to get to these guys that move around a lot. Edgar Berlanga has not been fighting dudes like that up until Caceres. If you look at a lot of Edgar Berlanga's fights, a lot of them dudes wasn't movers. They were stationary. They were sluggish. They were slow. Go watch a lot of those older fights. Them 16 wins he had straight. Go like the KO streak. Go watch a lot of those fights. So he gets on TV and he says this, and it tells you right there he's not prepared for top guys, because you're going to find dudes that move around a lot. All the top dudes are not going to be just power punchers, flat-footed, stationary. And that right there is telling me his team got a lot of work to do. He needs to switch teams, find a team that's going to train him on defense, something that's going to train him on power punchers, stationary punchers, and definitely people that's going to show him how to fight movers. He needs to learn how to fight people with good, excellent footwork, and learn some footwork himself while he's doing that. If he doesn't, he's going to be limited, and he's not going to go far. Just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think, and I'm out.